Good morning. It is February 14th, Wednesday. Happy Valentine's Day. Let's see. What do we have on the calendar for today? There's no news today other than oil inventory report today, so we'll keep that in mind on the oil side of things today. I do want to catch up real briefly on how I ended the day yesterday. So when I ended the stream, first of all, my Express funded accounts. Oh, wait a minute. That was the day before. When I ended the stream yesterday, I was down in all my accounts, I think, if I remember correctly. The TopStep eval account, I hit the daily loss limits. That one was done. I took a loss on my Apex evaluation account. And so it was down $1,000. I think I was down like $350, something like that, in both of my funded accounts. So really kind of a crappy morning. I did come back in the afternoon and we were able to turn all that around. So I ended the day yesterday with my Apex evaluation account was up, I think $200 or $300. The balance as of last night was like 51.1. And then I also was able to make it up in my two Express funded accounts, my two TopStep accounts, and they both ended up positive. I don't remember the exact number, but it was over the $200 that you have to have 5 winning days of $200 or more. So it was over that. It was like $250, something like that. So we really ended the day really good yesterday. It was a great afternoon. I should have just ended early, honestly, in the morning and came back in the afternoon because it was, price just started to move really nicely. And honestly, we could have done better yesterday afternoon, probably if I'd have cut it short in the morning, because I stayed an extra hour yesterday morning trying to wait for a good opportunity. And there actually were some okay opportunities, but the best ones were in the afternoon. If I'd have just left, come back, I would have been fresher, and I think it would have ended better. But it ended up okay. We're really positive across the board, with the exception of the one TopStep eval account, which was had hit its loss limit. So nothing I could have done there. Okay. So a couple things going into today. One, Apex is doing their 1 day to pass promotion again. That goes from today through the 21st. So till next Wednesday. So you got a week. Their 80% off sale ended last night. So I actually got one more eval account. So I have 2 Apex eval accounts right now. We'll see if we can't get some of those passed this week. That would be fantastic. Maybe even today. And then, the objective is to just keep adding to our funded account so we can get a payout. So we'll start out. I'm going to trade those together. So I trade the two, if the trade copier will let me. It's causing some issues or doing something weird yesterday. The two funded accounts will trade together. I'm not sure if I'll trade the 2 Apex accounts together since I'm trying to kind of one and done those ones. I'll probably split those up, and then I'll trade the TopStep account separately. So it's kind of what we are looking at. All right, let's start off with oil. Here we are in oil right now. We've got the open up. The open is happening right now. Honestly, this would have been a good entry right here, but it's right at the open. So we're at the top of the London range. We're above the overnight open. How far are we from the overnight open? 50 ticks isn't very much. And London range is 48. So a fairly small range. What I'm going to do? I'm going to put a line here. And I'm going to make it bigger. So this is my oil inventory line. I'm just going to put it here just as a reminder that I should probably pay attention to what's going on over here. There we go. Closer we get to that line, the more cautious I should be. Okay. So since we didn't get in right here, we'll just wait for this to kind of play out a little bit. All right, let me make sure I have all my accounts set right so I don't get into a trade and not have it count the way I want it to. Trade copier leader account 641, so let's do that. 641. And we're going to do the CL2. 41. Okay. All right, so this is good. Even though we didn't get in on this trade, the fact that the market is being rhythmic like this bodes well for the rest of the day. Hopefully we stay up here. That would be ideal. We'll see. Oh, goodness, man. Look at that. I think that would have been our 30 ticks, huh? Close to it. 34, yep, that would have been it. Okay. Let's oh, that was a strong push-up. If we come back to the 1 minute line, we might consider an entry. I might consider an entry. All right, why do we freeze? There it goes. All right, well, while that does its thing, let's jump over to NQ and take a peek. Start by removing everything. All right. On the daily. Okay, this was nice. So we had a nice pullback yesterday. We had this dip right between the close and the open here. Went imbalance, and it doesn't look like it completely closed. We pushed up a little bit before we dropped. You know, this low here took out these lows here just barely. And then we still have, you know, these pretty obvious imbalances here. So it'll be kind of interesting to see if we want to come back down in here a little bit more before we go higher. That was a big drop yesterday, though, so maybe we consolidate a little bit today. I don't know. So overall, we're still bullish, but we'll see how the day kind of progresses here. Let's look at the 4 hour. All right, so on the 4 hour, pulling digging up into this fair value gap on the 4 hour, and it looks like we're pulling back from that. That could be a little more bearish for us in the short term. Because we really have these two fair value gaps, right? We had, this one was created right here. We held it. We dropped pretty substantially. We took out liquidity below here, just barely by, you know, a couple points. Pushed back up into this fair value gap. Wicked into it. Right now we're pulling back. So this looks potentially bearish to me, really. Right here. Let's go to the 1 hour. Really the same thing, right? We've really kind of been consolidating since this morning. What is this? Let me refine this down a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and throw this on all the charts just so I can see it on the 1 minute. Wait, what color is it? Salmon? So on the 1 hour, it'd be interesting to see this hold, or to see if this fails. If this fails down, it's only 18 points. You know, there's potential to go lower. And then 15-minute, what do we got? Now, the 15 minutes working its way lower. All right, let's throw some points of interest up here. So as our high from the news yesterday still was not taken yesterday. We got this very recent equal highs here. We've got this low down here. And we have kind of this level down here. And then if we fall lower, we kind of be looking down here. Although below here, I mean, we've got, you know, there's this pretty impulsive move up off of this low. So that could be some resistance there. We'll see. Obviously, once we came up, we just kind of held here and then trickled up. So, you know, maybe this is just kind of a consolidation wave before we reach back up into these highs. I guess time will tell. Yeah, on the 1 minute, it kind of looks like we're pushing up a bit, doesn't it? If you mark this out, we kind of tap the highs and are working our way back up. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see if we break this, do we head back up to here? Or is this as high as we get before we roll lower? I don't know. All right, let's jump over to oil. We got a little action going on over here. So we popped up, we came right back down into the red line, which this is kind of, I don't know if this is second touch or third touch or what's going on. I don't know. I mean, overall, we're still very choppy, but we're still trending up. We're still making new highs kind of as we go. So I'm still interested in this long. We'll see. Yeah, wow, it got ticked in and then just ripped down. That's, you know, the red line is really more of a, I mean, we had quite a strong move down. So if, you know, this hesitates too much, I might just bell out and wait for our break of the open range before we do anything, but see how it goes here. Looks like the trade copier's working this morning, so I guess that's okay. All right, we are going to keep a tighter stop on this because not terribly interested in giving it a lot of room. It's 8 ticks. Yeah, that works. I mean, it's possible we want to come back to the overnight open. We tend to like to do that, but I feel like we were here, we broke below it, we've hovered kind of at it, pushed up. So we're right back to the London high. Last time we were here, it held and we shot up. So unless that was really kind of a fake out move, right? Fake out before we run lower. I mean, could be. The opening range is finished forming after this candle, so we'll see. I think I see the wick of the candle right here, so probably gonna move my stop up behind that if I get there. That'd be 4 ticks, so very, very, very tight stop on this one. Okay. Well, that's good. That's bad. Yeah, we'll let it go. What are we risking? We're risking 5 ticks. So say we get 1 slippage, so 6. What's that? On 2 contracts, 120 bucks. That's not too bad. There we go. We got a nice red line short on NQ over here. All right, we're moving to break even. We're not playing with this one. Yeah, nice strong push up. So if we don't, I mean, if we come all the way back down, I don't see us. I'm just concerned because I mean this was a strong push down, right? Price, you know, we're kind of expanding, so we have higher highs, lower lows, higher highs, lower lows. So it's expanding. That's good. You know, the way that oil normally behaves inside of this opening range is I'm gonna want to see it break this midline. If it holds the midline, it's more likely to come down than it is to go through. So we'll see. As long as we don't, oh, here it comes. Yeah, as long as we don't lose money on it, we'll be okay. But yeah, it looks like we might be coming back down. Or not. I need to stop talking because I don't know what it's going to do, right? We're in the trade. We assessed our risk. We followed our trade plan. From there, it's out of our hands, right? There's not much. Market's going to do what the market's going to do, and only time will tell. All right, we are going to just trail this candle, though. Lock in 2 ticks. The nice thing is if this guy, you know, comes up here, even if we don't quite get to our target, honestly, I would take it at 20 if it gets up there. But I mean, 30 would be great. But if we get that, we'll be done with our funded accounts first thing in the morning, and then we can move on to trying to pass an evaluation. Which those are more fun because if you fail them, it's like it's kind of a bummer, but it it's not a career-ending event, right? All right, well. So far, we haven't rolled over. These oil trades aren't the sexiest trades, that's for sure, right? They're not like the, hey, we're just going to run. Now, I guess it would have been if I'd have got in over here. That's how it would have been. Would have looked like, there we go. All right, so I got stopped out. Oh, well, up 40 bucks. See where she goes from here. Will be kind of disappointing if it comes from here and just slowly winds back up. But not really, because I wouldn't want to be in it anyway. Okay, NQ. Let's look and see what the rest of the market is doing. So ES, kind of flat, really, towards the bottom of its range. NQ's been a little more windy, trending down. And so is YM for the most part. So they all seem to be sort of moving together, so that's something, right? All right, we're back to oil. I'm going to get back into this because we came down here, we're pushing higher. I don't think I'm going to look for as much though. 48. Set our target there. Well, let's go 20. I'm looking at our 5-minute, and I just see where our candle bodies meet. That was kind of what I was maybe going to use as a little bit of a target there. I mean, as long as we're on the top side of our red line, we still favor longs. Oh, gonna get slammed out of this one. That's not very nice. If oil bites me here, I might just turn it off for the day out of spite. It's kind of weird. It's got these long wicks on the bottom. Boom, and then it pushes up. Boom, wick, pushed up. Boom, wick, pushed up. Boom, pushed up. So it's like we're not really stop hunting, but it's definitely chopping around, right? I mean, just wicks on both sides. It doesn't know where it wants to go, does it? Do we really want to sit through this? I mean, this is dangerous if it's holding this midline, which I don't really like. I mean, the reality is oil could just chop around here and still work its way up. So I've got to decide, am I willing to give it range? If I'm not, I'm probably better off getting out of it, right? Until it kind of picks a direction. 8:26, so we've got 4 minutes to the open. So maybe it's hovering here until the equity open, and then that's going to give us a little infusion of energy, and we're going to push up. All right, well, I mean, we're still kind of moving up very slowly. It almost looks bear flaggy too. Well, not really, because we don't really have a push higher or a push lower, I guess. Unless you look at this single candle, I don't think that's enough though. Lower. I don't know. We wait and see. All right, 2 minutes still, equity open. The sad thing is, if I was still in this from my original entry back here, which was actually a good entry, right? We'd still be positive. But we got stopped out for a small gain earlier, so it wasn't all bad. Could have been worse. Even though if I'd have had my stop at break even by that point, I would have ticked me out. So I would have been stopped out for break even. So I would have been stopped out either way. Can't feel too bad about it. All right, 1 minute till open. Come on, open. Not really digging these lower lows, lower highs. But it's all very, very tight right here. I'm going to leave my stop down here, though, just in case it, we have equal lows here. So in case it goes 1 or 2 ticks down here and then decides to go up, we'll give it room to do that. If it doesn't, we'll take a 10 tick loss. That is nothing too scary. Although we are going to move our target to the top of the opening range for now. Because if I had to guess, we're going to get stopped out. If we don't get stopped out and it runs, I don't want to have my feet too tight. Oh, we opened. Okay. NQ's going crazy, but oil doesn't seem to care. Here's NQ. All right. We're going to reach up to these equal highs up here. We reached up there, but not quite. We just came short of it. These boxes here, these are hourly fair value gaps I'm watching. All right, we got stopped out over on oil, so that's kind of what I expected. Just watch this, see what happens. Okay, so now we took the liquidity. Looks like this gap is holding. And now we've pushed up. Well, maybe not. What does a 30-second look like? No inversion. We're pulling down hard though. Well, we were just whipping around. Let's let it play out, see what happens here. Give it a second as our lines come up for a cross maybe. All right, well, we are holding the London high. We took liquidity. We have this initial fair value gap has been violated about 14 times. We're still just in this no man's land. We're inverting the 5-minute. I mean, I don't know if it's going to hold down here, but pushing down pretty hard. Pretty hard. All right, let's get serious here. What are our candle sizes? $13. That's not bad actually. That's reasonable. So now we're down below. We would love to see. I'd love to see a break below these lows right here. Come back up a little bit and then get in short. That would be ideal. Didn't quite get there. Let's look at oil real fast. We got into a trade over here in oil. I actually got into 2 trades. One failed and this one's working. So the original, I got in on a break of this candle, but I didn't get filled until mid point on this candle. Got stopped out for a loss. It held, so I got back in. You can see right here. We have a break of the opening range. This is a strong push up, so it could pull back to our 1 minute gold line. If it does, I only got in one contract here because I took 2 losses, so I need to be a little cautious. All right, but we're up 22 right now. That's good. I really want to target this 100%. I don't. Reality is I'm probably not going to hold it that long, but see how it works out. I mean, we're going to get 30. It looks like pretty shortly. This would be our breakout of the opening range. Is it going to fail and pull back? It's all inventory day, so we sort of expect it to be a little choppier, but you know, as you can see, if I'd have just held this one and left my stop loss and let it chop around, it eventually did get up here where we wanted it to get to. Just took it a really long time to get there. So we'll let this one go for a minute. Oh, there, I muted myself again and I didn't realize it. All right, so we got stopped out there. The unfortunate thing is, I think if we would have waited for the 5-minute line, kind of curious to see how this works out, because this is kind of long looking, right? We inverted this gap, we came back, touched into it, and now we're just ripping up. So definitely read that the wrong way. In fact, you could have said, well, I'm going to get in at the top of the line, and if it fails, I'll get out at the bottom. And that was like, what, 2-3 points? That would have been pretty tight there, right? All right, let's wander back over to oil. All right, so we got a little bit of a pullback here. Perfectly fine, right? I mean, we're way outside of the, not way outside, but that was a nice push out of the opening range. Back to the 1-minute gold line. Where is 20? Where did I get in at? 35, so 55. Opening range exactly is 20 ticks. All right, so we got 7-tick candles. We've got this is a pretty strong pullback. But we're pulling back to test the opening range, which is, you know, pretty common. Since we have our gold line in the way too, I'm gonna put another buy for another contract just in case it comes up. And then I'm gonna move stop loss below this candle. So we lock in something. It'll be 18 ticks, depending on how fast it falls through here. But on the off chance that we do continue to move up, I want to see if we can build in an extra contract. Well, it's holding for now. Let's see, we are at 850. Oh, all right. So we're in for two. In for two. All right. So we're leveraged up now. Because we're leveraged up, I'm probably gonna, I don't know. I'm gonna trail it more closely. But that's it. Oh, all right. We'll take this push. Keep pushing. So our 50% line's another 10 ticks up from where we're at right now. I don't know. Yeah, definitely getting some resistance up here. I don't want to be greedy, but at the same time, like how NQ is tanking again. Wow. I don't want to be greedy, but at the same time, if it's rolling its way up, I don't want to cut it short either, right? We're going to trail the candle. Trail the candle. You got more in you or no? I just got a little bit more. So we are 75 to 81. It's just 6 little ticks. I mean, all things considered, this is pretty good. So if we got a measure to move higher this pullback, it would be up to here. That's room. I don't know. We're just guessing. We are just guessing. Meanwhile, NQ's just falling through the floor. Which commodities and equities are not inversely correlated, but sometimes they kind of work that way where generally if oil's having an up kind of a day, sometimes, you know, equities are having more of a down kind of a day. Hate it when oil gets like this where it just kind of can't make up its mind. It could really go either way. It really could. Either way, we're very much in profit on this one. See if the gold line holds again. We're not giving it much room from here. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, I mean, with our stop this tight, the likelihood that we get stopped out is very, very high. But it's holding so far. Oh, goodness. It's holding so far. Oh, why do I have this? Oh, we just gotta wait. Yeah, let's add the... Where do we get in this guy? So these are all my attempts at this. I see how you have to give... Okay, so we got stopped out. So... Ooh, we got some slippage on that one too. That's okay. My original entry was here, which, you know, if you'd have just left your stop loss, would have worked out just fine. But I'm okay with that. I tried my stop loss to protect my capital, right? So that was good. I bought here, and it just came back, got my stop loss out very quickly. Tried again, stopped out. Tried again, second entry, it worked. You know, I think the only... Well, I don't know. I can't say that. You know, I'd like to, you know, if you don't hold them, you're never gonna get bigger wins. So that means that sometimes it's not gonna go there. The only thing that, you know, in this case, I was down, right, because I had these two basically full losses, and if I'd have sold out up here, that would have got me just above break even for the day, which, you know, would have been, I think, pretty good. As it is, I'm down $100. So, you know, that's okay. That's nothing. That's not horrible. But I don't know. We're coming back down to our gold line. So we got the opening range test again. We got our 5-minute gold line this time. The thing I don't like is we broke this pivot. But from here we pivoted higher, so, you know, if it had been here to a lower, I don't know. It is a pivot, so we'll have to see if this just falls all the way back through, which it very well could. So all in all, I was right. I mean, we were right about the direction, right? The red line held true. It just took a while for it to pick up speed and launch us in that direction. It was stopping out all the people like me who were trying to get in early on this move. So all in all, it was a pretty good trade. What did we get? You know, 32. It's kind of ironic, right? We waited through all that to get 32, where our original target would have been 30, which hit like way over here. But that's how it goes. Oof, oof, oof. So look at it sitting on that gold line. Boy, it wants me to get in. Yeah, broken pivot. Broken pivot telling the story right there. All right, let's head over to NQ. NQ's a little more exciting this morning. Look at this. Back and forth, back and forth. Let me clean this up. This is crazy. All right, these are my 1 hour fair value gaps that I'm watching, and we're just ranging between these two guys. All right, I mean, look at this 15-minute. Look at the wicks on the 15-minute over here. For me, I want to see this broken on the 1 hour, which the 1 hour held right in the middle, right in the middle. It's crazy. So I really want to see a break above or below before I feel like we're bearish or bullish. Right now, we were just sort of consolidating sideways. This looks like Christmas decorations hanging here. Streamers at a party or something. Well, this is a tough one. It's just consolidating sideways. It really is. Okay. We swept a high. Coming back into this fair value gap. See if this guy holds. Let's jump back to our 2 contracts. 1510. Okay. Gotta stop muting myself. Just gonna have to edit out the coughs. Just kidding, I don't edit these at all. So we're gonna move over to Apex, and we're gonna play with the two evaluation accounts. Apex is doing their one data pass thing again today. So, all right, here we go. See what we got. All right, so we failed to take this high. That's interesting. Oh, wait, all right. Let me get my. All right, so here's the Apex. This is the Apex copier. If you guys, I don't know, care. I don't think I'm going to trade oil anymore because we're coming up on oil inventory. So we're just going to do NQ. It's the instrument. 84 is the leader account. We're going to click in 83 and just go boom. Make sure we got 84. 5 contracts. We're going to make it 10 contracts. That's right. Oh, they call this running and gunning. That's what I call it. Call it wildness. There's an enticing 1 minute. Okay, let's do some quick math. 16-point candles means 16 points. That would blow the accounts, wouldn't it? We got $2,500. All right, we can't go quite 10. Let's go 8 contracts. 8 contracts. We're going to go long. Our fair value gap's still holding. We're still meandering up. We have not taken these highs yet. Well, this poked up here. This poked up, fell to go higher. So there's either more room to run or we're just going to turn around. But we're sort of expanding up. So I am opting to err on the side of we're going to go up. In fact, you know what? We're going to scale into this guy because I think it's going up. We're going to give it a little more room. If this pulls back in, we're going to buy again. We want to get up to 5 contracts at least. Of course, if we don't ever come back down, then we'll just have to add them in up here on the way up, which don't like to do, but we can. There we go. Down more, down more, down more. See if we can totally wreck these accounts before we even start. I'm basing this heavily on a bias long, okay? Really trying to get into this early. The additional contracts would be basically the break of this candle. Yeah, we gotta get more in there. Gotta get more in there if we're gonna pass these accounts, right? I don't know why my stops are all over the place. Whatever. What am I in? 5 contracts? Pull up here, buddy. Pull up. All right. It's really hesitating up here. We got a nice profit already. Pull up, pull up, pull up. Pull down, pull down, pull down. Wow, all that nonsense for 200 bucks. Well, that was me. uh, that is okay. I wanted to see that just like push up. Didn't push up. That's fine. We made $200 on that little stunt. Would not call that quality trading at all. So you know what? I'm going to call it there. Because I made my real money. Evaluation counts are positive a little bit. I'm not, you know. I'll probably come back. Well, I will. I'll come back a little while later and see what's going on. But look at this. We're still in this range. Still in this. Look at this hourly range. It's ridiculous. Even the 15-minute bodies are holding that. The gap between the gaps, basically, right? I mean, this is just choppy. Now we're kind of rolling over, so we're probably going to come down. Who knows what we're going to do? Oil inventory means oil's out of play. So that's it. So to recap, full stop out. I think I lost my TopStep account, probably. I've had 2 days of losses, full stop, so that's probably it for that account. Added an Apex eval account, so right now we're up 250 bucks or so in each of those. Nothing too exciting. We'll come back this afternoon and see if we can maybe push those a little bit more. Up 650 bucks or so in the funded accounts. So that was a good day. Hour's worth of work. Hour 15. We'll take it. Trade safe, everybody. Follow your plan. Don't do what I do.